Life has a way of surprising us. One moment we feel secure, standing tall, and the next we find ourselves face down in the dirt. Jobs end, relationships break, dreams collapse, and in those moments it feels like the end of everything we built. But here's the truth. Falling down is never the end. What matters is whether we rise again, and how we choose to start over. Starting over is not weakness. It's one of the greatest acts of courage a person can take. Today's story is about a craftsman who lost everything and thought his life was finished, until he discovered that sometimes being broken gives you the chance to rebuild even stronger. Long ago, in a bustling town known for its fine markets, lived a carpenter named Rahim. His workshop was small, but his skill was unmatched. People traveled from nearby villages to buy his handcrafted furniture. Rahim's pride and joy was a tall oak cabinet he had spent months perfecting. It stood at the center of his shop, polished and shining, the piece he believed would establish his reputation forever. One night, a great storm swept through the town. The winds howled, rain pounded, and lightning struck a tree that crashed through the roof of Rahim's shop. By morning, the cabinet he treasured lay in splinters, his tools ruined, and his workshop soaked with water. Rahim sat among the wreckage with his head in his hands. The villagers came, shook their heads, and said, "It's over. Poor Rahim. He will never recover." Their words cut him deeply. He wanted to believe them, to surrender to despair. For days, he did nothing, sitting in silence, staring at the broken wood scattered across the floor. One afternoon, an old woman entered the ruined shop. She picked up a small piece of wood from the ground, still damp from a storm. Turning it over in her hands, she said gently, "This piece is not useless. It can be carved into something new, perhaps smaller, but still beautiful. Why cry over what was lost when you still hold the gift to create?" Rahim looked at her, confused. "But I worked so hard. That cabinet was my masterpiece. How can I begin again from scraps?" The woman smiled. Sometimes, life breaks our masterpiece to remind us our value is not in what we built, but in the hands that built it. You are not finished until you stop creating. Her words struck him like thunder. That night, Rahim couldn't sleep. He kept hearing, "You are not finished until you stop creating." The next morning, Rahim gathered the broken pieces of wood. Instead of seeing them as garbage, he began carving them into smaller objects: a delicate jewelry box, a sturdy stool, a set of wooden spoons. At first, the villagers mocked him. From cabinets to spoons, they laughed. But Rahim kept working, day after day, pouring his skill into each small piece. Something unexpected began to happen. The villagers, who once pitied him, now admired his resilience. His small creations were useful, affordable, and made with the same care as his grand cabinet. Soon, his shop buzzed again with customers. Months later, Rahim saved enough to rebuild his workshop roof. With steady hands and a stronger heart, he began crafting furniture once more. But this time, he no longer clung to one masterpiece. He knew he could always start again if life demanded it. Years later, Rahim's shop had grown larger than ever before. His reputation spread beyond the town, not because of the cabinet he once lost, but because of the courage he showed to rebuild from broken pieces. Rahim's story teaches us a powerful truth. The courage to start over can transform loss into opportunity. We often think starting over means we've failed. But in reality, starting again means we've chosen hope over despair, action over defeat. Just as Rahim discovered, our true strength is not in what we lose, but in what we carry inside: skills, resilience, and the will to rise again. Life will knock us down. Dreams will shatter. But if we dare to look at the broken pieces differently, they can become the building blocks of something new. So ask yourself today, what broken pieces in your life are waiting to be reshaped? Where can you find the courage to begin again? Remember, you are not finished until you stop creating. Your masterpiece is not the work you've lost. It's the strength you show when you rise to rebuild. When life knocks you down, don't just get up. Stand taller than before. If this story touched your heart, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs courage today, and comment below. What area of your life are you choosing to start over in?